What's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the WichitaPromo podcast with your host, EKM. We back at Humble Greatness Studios, and I got a special guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm djsunshine.
Yeah. So, man, just to get right into it, talk about some of this stuff you got going on, because I peeped your Instagram before this. You got a lot of events. You're, like, real consistent with shows.
Oh, yeah. Well, for starters, I have my first professional single releasing this Friday, February 10th.
You do music too?
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. For sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Prior to this release, everything's been out on SoundCloud for a fat minute.
I got you.
I finally decided, no, I'm going to take this like seriously.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
I got distribution. It's going to be on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, everything.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's called Big Bass. It's gonna be a.
What kind of music are we doing? I'm excited.
I make a tech house primarily.
Oh yeah, I'm listening to this.
Yeah. I'll be sure to. I have it on my phone. I can play it.
Perfect. Yep, I'm
Yeah,
listening
for
to this
sure.
for sure.
This Friday I play at Local Flavor. It's a restaurant. They booked me for a couple hours there.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you real quick. I'm gonna interrupt
Yeah.
you. Are you DJing for those hours, or are you doing music? Or are you doing both?
I DJ.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
Okay.
I sneak in my original music.
Absolutely,
to my
I would.
sets. Yeah. Because the kind of music that I play fits in with the kind of music that I produce.
Sweet.
So,
Okay.
And then I just got done with my third Tribal Roots set. I played for Ghetto Blaster. That was a really good time. I just did a artist showcase at Kirby's where I had a Bloodsport and Avitra performing.
Mm-hmm.
Just got done with a Secret Show. A Secret Show is an underground techno show that I myself and Bloodsport put on, and we sold out for the first time. This most recent one.
Congratulations. That's huge.
Yeah, we so the capacity for the venue is 50, and we sold 77 tickets.
That's awesome.
Hell yeah.
It was super sick for being underground, and like it's all about the music. There's no alcohol or anything sold there. It's like you
Dude, that's dope, man.
Yeah.
So when people, let me ask you this, because you said no alcohol. So when people come in, do we have like drinks available? Do we have food available, or is it
So the place that we've been using is the Hideout. It's where Austin and Aaron do their
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
Okay.
They have a stage underground,
Correct.
like in their basement.
Correct.
And there's a snack bar down there, so like you can get like
Yeah, okay.
you can get like M&Ms and shit, but
Yeah.
they don't actually sell alcoholic drinks. They sell like Gatorade and water.
Correct.
Yeah.
So what we do since I'm sober and Bloodsport, the guy that helped co-create it, he also is sober. We're not really prioritizing drinking.
I understand.
So
Yeah.
it's like if you want to drink in the parking lot or
Yeah, not inside our venue.
not in our venue.
Yeah, I understand that. Okay,
Yeah.
that's dope.
It's a good time. And that attracts people that are actually there to listen to, like, they're there for the music, not for the club atmosphere.
Yeah, for sure.
I like it.
Yeah.
I do. I like
If
it.
you want to go be social, you want to go drink and, not really pay attention to what's happening on the stage or just, hear the music and dance to the music, go to a club.
Yeah.
'Cause there's plenty of clubs open on a Saturday, So it's like,
So let me ask you this: what time did you do this show at?
so we
Like what time and date?
we started, oh shit, I can't remember the day.
Okay. Well, the day. Let me ask the day. Like, is it a Friday?
We did it
Saturday?
on a Saturday. This
Okay.
most recent one we did on a Saturday, and we started at 10. We ended at 1:30.
Got you. Okay.
So the same time a DJ would start at a club,
For sure.
we started, and we started with Bloodsport. He kicked things off, and then we had Mark Luhan, Engine Trouble, and he was the second up, and then I finished off the night. But we draw straws for who goes when.
That's legit.
We don't prioritize. Nobody's more popular or important than the other DJ. So we just got together and we were like, hey, who wants to go first? Who wants to go second? Who wants to go third?
That's awesome.
And it's just, we just flow for an hour and then call it.
Hell yeah.
Okay, for sure.
You said you did your, it was your third show with the Tribal Roots?
Yeah, so they did a show called the Sandy Bottoms. It was an outdoor
I've heard of that
venue.
Yep.
Yeah, it was like in front of a man-made water
Yep.
lake type thing. So Tribal Roots has the Element 5 speakers, which are Festival.
Okay,
festival,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Festival
grade
approved.
speakers. Yeah.
For sure.
And so when Tribal Roots reaches out and they're like, "Hey, do you want to do this?"
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You take that shit
Absolutely.
because the sound coming out of that is
It's
insane.
crazy. Yeah.
And then I played another show. I cannot remember for the life of me who I opened for, but they had me up first, and it was just kind of a way for me to be like, "Hey, like here's me showing you my ability. Hopefully you'll have me back."
Yeah.
And they had me back for the Tribal Roots show with Ghetto Blaster. And I've been a big fan of Ghetto Blaster for a long time. So I was like, I don't care when I play. I don't care how
I just want to be
play.
here.
I just want to, yeah, exactly. But Shay and Rochelle and all them, they're
Shay West?
Yeah, Shay West.
Absolutely.
Great people.
Yeah.
Great people.
So let me ask you this, because I know Shay has his kind of own little underground type thing going on. Do you do shows with him?
Yeah. That's
Okay,
that's
cool.
the Tribal Roots shows.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
See, I don't know anything. I'm not in that world. I'm a local hip hop artist and I barely step out. So I don't know anything like that, but I've been hearing the name Tribal Roots for a long time.
Yeah.
So I knew that was big.
Shay, I had some conversations with him. We still never met in person, but I had some conversations with him earlier last year on Facebook because he was posting like these like incredible setups.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, where is this? And he's like, it's in Wichita. I was like, where?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, we got this little warehouse thing going on. You know,
south of
maybe trying to keep it on the low a little bit, right?
Yeah,
But
that's dope.
dog, the setups were crazy.
No, they
Shout out to Shay West, man.
So those speakers, if I'm correct, what I've heard is that there's only 7 of those kinds of speakers in existence,
Yeah.
and only 2 of them are in the United States,
Crazy.
and 1 of them is in Wichita.
That's wild.
Man,
That setup is nasty. Like it is. It's
that's
crazy.
crazy.
They know what they're
They
doing.
know what they're doing, yeah.
When Ghetto Blasters was playing, I was running the lasers because they got a crazy laser set up there. Shay turns to me and he goes, "Hey, you should go stand by the speaker." And I go, and I was like feeling shortness of breath because the subs were so heavy.
It's hitting you in the chest.
I had to take shallow
That's
breaths
crazy.
because the oxygen was being moved away from it so hard.
Yeah, I gotta hear that.
Yeah, bro.
That's
so
crazy.
dope. That's so dope.
When's your next like big show that I can come to like that?
Well, the next time I'm playing Tribal Roots is June 29.
June 29th.
Is that here, Wichita?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're doing a massive pool party, and so,
That's gonna be so dope.
and they're bringing out the Element 5s, and I don't know exactly how long they're having me play for. I think it'll be probably 2 hours, but
Yeah.
and then I play XY the first Saturday of every month.
Okay.
So that's I mean, I get to play a little more open format there. So
Yeah, I understand that.
I'm primarily a house and EDM DJ, but when I play club atmosphere, I do mix in rap and pop and things like that.
Yeah.
So who's your favorite DJ in the city?
Fuck, in the city?
Yeah.
In Wichita?
Yep. You gotta pick somebody. Can't be you.
Well, it wouldn't be me. I like my DJing, but I'm certainly
Is there somebody else who you're just like, man, I like his stuff?
So I really look up to Marco Biotics.
Yep, I know who that is.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He's kind of it's a weird thing to say father figure because we're on the same frequency, but I severely look up to him. Like he's super humble, super kind, super respectful. He understands DJ etiquette. He knows what to do always. And whenever he and I play together, we played together on the 16th of February at XY this month, and we played together back to back once a month at XY, and every time it's just it's so smooth. Everything is just so well done, and he's such a professional, and that's kind of
he's dope. I met him through DJ D.
Okay.
Yeah. Me and DJ D are really close. So
DJ D's a good person.
Yeah. So yeah, we did a house party years ago, and it was DJ D and Microbiotics. Yep.
Yeah.
And so that's how I met him that day. So
Right on.
He knows some. He knows some heavy. He know what he's talking about. I like it. You know what I mean? he know what he's talking about for sure.
I'm trying.
Nah, man, that's awesome. Go ahead.
How you get into DJing in the first place?
So when I first moved here about 6 years ago, 5.5, 6 years ago, I got a job at Twin Peaks as a cook, and that didn't work.
What does that mean?
I have a knee injury, And
you're on your feet all day.
They don't let you take like a seat break. Even if I got a doctor's note, they were like, you got to work. You got to stay on your feet working.
And them weekends I know are crazy,
and I was like,
bro.
Fuck this. So I started looking at jobs, and I saw a job as a karaoke host at a bowling alley on the west side. And I was like, oh, fuck yeah, this sounds like a great job. So I got a job as a karaoke host. About a year and a half later, I bought the company from the guys.
Stop it. For real?
Man.
Yeah.
That's dope.
And then
okay.
And then as the company grew, I hired employees, and I started seeing my way out of there. And in that time between hiring employees and seeing my way out of there, I started communicating with DJs and going to clubs and seeing like
what else is out
DJ
there
lifestyle, and
for sure.
being like, this is kind of what I would prefer to do.
Yeah.
And I've always had a background in music, whether it was doing like community theater or being in a band or just playing guitar. Like I have recorded music on YouTube from when I was like a freshman in high school, like music videos that I
Now
made.
let me ask you this. Are they unlisted or are they public? Can I find them?
Oh, they're fucking public.
Okay, bet.
They're super cringy.
I can do my research.
You can find them.
I'll find them.
Like there's a video of me like 11 years old doing a choreographed dance.
That's
music.
dope, man.
Like I've just always been very music centric. And
Yeah, for
so
sure.
DJing was kind of perfect. I learned how to DJ. I bought a table, found a niche in house music and EDM, and then ran with it.
Dude,
And
that's awesome.
now I'm producing house music, performing house music, starting house shows, doing all kinds of crazy shit with music that I didn't see myself doing 5 years ago, but
You did it. That's the
it's
thing.
what I wanted to do all along.
This is a note for everybody out there. Just do it.
Yeah.
Even if you don't know what it looks like, man, go ahead and get in the realm, right? Get around people. Like he just said, he was out there. He was kind of seeing what's out there. Hey, this is what I want to do. Start building relationships and you can make this happen.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
How did you learn when first DJing and producing, both of them are different processes that take a long time. How did you learn? Did you teach yourself? Did you have any school, anything like that?
When it came to DJing, I first learned from Caretaker, DJ Caretaker.
I know who that is.
He had a Wednesday residency at XY, and I reached out to him through Facebook and just said, "Hey, like I know you teach lessons. I'm interested in learning." He was like, "Word, come to XY on a Wednesday, and I'm going to teach you." Because it was dead in the bar, he let me get on the table and he showed me what to do, and he showed me like showed me the basics of mixing, and then I was able to move forward on my own. Like I was primarily mixing rap and pop when I was doing that, and I would always sneak into the house and EDM folder when I was doing that. But when I got my own table and I learned how to like find my own music and things like that, and download my own crates and have my own library to perform, that's when I started saying, "Hey, can I join you at XY on Wednesdays? Can I bring my table set up next to you and perform with you?"
Yeah.
And then I got my own gig at Rain Bistro and Lounge.
Yep.
They gave me a Sunday slot because I had been hosting karaoke there on Thursdays. So I had an in with the owners, and I said, "Hey, like I'm learning to do this. Do you mind if I like come and perform on Sundays?"
That's awesome.
And the owners of XY saw me doing that and offered me a slot on a Saturday.
Yeah. That's what's up.
People like this guy.
Yeah.
For real. You know what I'm saying? The only way that you can get into these rooms and stuff is if people like you.
You
That's
just
huge.
answered my next question. My next question was going to be how you book
Awesome.
shows around town and network, but you clearly, you're good at networking.
Yeah,
I can show you my Facebook Messenger. Like,
Yeah.
It's
half
crazy,
of it,
huh?
dude. You'll reach out
That's
to
awesome.
I reach out to 10 gigs, right? 10 different venues, and it'll be places in Kansas City, Oklahoma City, and Wichita, and I'll bug the fuck out of them.
Absolutely.
I would be like, "Hey, I'm interested in doing business with you. Would you be interested in doing business with me? Here's everything you need to know about me. I have it all set up on a link tree, and I just say, here's what you need.
Yeah.
Here's what you need to be interested in my music. Give it a look over. If they give it a look over, you want to work with me."
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, for sure. I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
I went to your YouTube and I saw you have 2 mixes up on YouTube as well, and I listened to them. Do you have like more of that in the works?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So the after the Spektrum mix, which shout out to Spektrum Music,
Spektrum Music,
best fucking record store ever.
Yeah.
Spektrum Music was super clutch. They let me set up in the middle of their record store. They shut it. They closed early, and they allowed like me to bring in my crew. So my crew could be background while I did this like 25-minute mix.
That's dope.
So sick.
Yeah.
So sick.
Okay.
And they were essentially like, oh yeah, we're definitely gonna be doing work with you again. And I was like, yeah, hell yeah. And then I was like, well shit, like I just performed in a record store on video for a mix. I'm like, I gotta do cooler shit. I can't do like a bedroom set.
Yeah.
I have to.
Yeah.
I'm kind of elevated from that since then. Yeah, for sure.
I've been talking to my personal trainer. So I train in a private gym in a boxing gym.
What gym you go to?
It's the fucking I don't know.
What side of town is it on?
It's downtown on Waterman.
Okay.
Yeah. I can't think of the name off the top of my head.
Good.
But I've talked to my personal trainer about doing a mix in the middle of a boxing ring.
Absolutely.
While
That'd be dope.
While people are boxing.
That'll be so dope.
Stuff like that. Like I have to step it up. I have to do cooler shit and better shit. I'm not about the first mix is the Sunny mix, and my best friend that I live with, he's a photographer. He's a really fucking awesome photographer.
What's his name?
Raymond Dodson.
Okay.
Yeah, R. Dodson Photography.
R. Dodson. I'm checking him out.
It's gonna blow your mind.
He's a beast like that,
dude.
He's about to show me.
It's crazy then.
You don't even.
I love it.
Know,
I love it.
His photography is insane. But we just took photos. We took a video in his studio of.
How old is this dude?
He is 33.
How old are you?
24. He's not 33. He's 31.
This dude's a beast, bro. He knows what he's doing
my
for
God.
sure. His lighting is crazy. I know this guy. He's a photographer too.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll see a lot of familiar faces in there.
You know you're good if you're a DJ or a photographer or something, and somebody in your realm asks you, to do something for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So as I'm scrolling here and I see these people, I'm like, yeah, I know some of these people, and they're very good at what they do too.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, this dude's.
That one.
I know that guy.
That's me. That's in our house.
I know that guy.
That's our bathroom. Yeah. It's pretty dope.
Those are legit.
But
You're hard,
our spare bedroom is a studio.
Okay, cool.
So if you look at the video, it's me performing in a photo studio, and it's just in our house. And I set up my phone. He set up his phone. We had my friend Cheyenne helped with filming. He had a stationary camera and he had a mobile camera, and he filmed the entire thing for me. I got all the footage and I edited it together. Took me like 2-3 days.
Yep. Sounds right. Yeah.
And then the next one was at Spektrum, because I know one of the people that works at Spektrum.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah.
And like, it's super cool. It's just it's really hard to step up from playing in a record store.
Yeah, Spektrum's my go-to spot too. I like Spektrum.
Yeah, I feel like it is, and I also feel like we live in Wichita, right? So
yeah,
when I hear your ideas, I'm like, man, those are really dope ideas, but we don't have like somewhere where you could just kind of like set up outside all the time and just do something, and we have cool backgrounds and stuff. Like,
yeah,
it's too flat.
Yeah, we just got to work with what we got.
Yeah,
yeah, it's kind of crazy. I was filming a music video the other day, and I was thinking about that because we were walking downtown, and they were like, "Oh, what looks dope? What looks dope?" And I was like, "It's crazy that all of our spots are like, oh, this is a creepy abandoned, just a shithole."
Yep,
that's where we film at. Is just like this looks fucked up.
The train tracks downtown.
Yeah.
How
crazy.
So many people take photos down there. It's like,
we just go to like fucked up abandoned spots, and we're like, this looks cool. Man, it's kind of sad.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. And they got shit that you can rent out, but
For sure.
there's not a whole lot of like there's a place called like the Selfie Spot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They have like an upstairs spot, or used to have an upstairs spot
Yeah,
or something.
it's
but
just
yeah.
a
Bunch of
it's
like photo booths.
Yeah, it's just a place to take really cool photos, and I'm like, it'd be cool to like set up in each room, do the
That'll
same
be
mix
dope.
in each
Yeah,
room,
yeah.
and then just switch back and forth like shots of me in this room and then this room.
Yeah,
and
that'd be
this room,
crazy.
and then just line
Man,
it up.
that's a heck of an idea.
But that would be an editing nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it might be worth it.
Yeah. Well, the thing is when you do a mix, so like let's say I have a song and it's 126 BPM beats per minute.
Yes, correct.
And so like it's going like this. You know, sometimes when you're DJing, part of what you do when you're DJing is going from song A to song B. If this song is 126 BPM and this song's 127 BPM, you just bring this one up to 127.
Correct.
Right? Well, if you have to replicate over and over and over again, you have to work tirelessly to make sure that every movement you're making is precise.
Is on that. Yeah, I get it.
And so, like, you know, there will be times when I'm DJing and I want to replicate exactly what I'm doing, and I'm 2 BPM off on a song the second time I mix it, and it messes up the entire mix. The timing.
It is tedious.
So
Yeah,
matching shit up like that is near impossible.
Yeah.
Okay, I hear you on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think with being a DJ, you just have to have so many. It's a tough gig, man. And the reason why this is why I think it's a tough gig. First of all, like being a DJ, you have to know like the latest stuff.
Yeah.
Like at all times.
Yeah.
There's a lot of music coming out. There's stuff, millions of songs being uploaded every day, right? So I have to stay on that, and then I have to kind of keep with my old mixes. And then it's also depending on how deep you want to get. You said you're usually house EDM.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I know some DJs that are house EDM, and then they do weddings too, and they do rap shows. And I'm just like, how do you even keep up with all that music, man? That's crazy.
So my Monday residency at Revolution Lounge is open format. So I do everything. And so I have to keep an eye on what's popular, and just sounds, like what an artist sounds like.
Yep.
Like right now, Sexy Red is super popular in the club scene, and there's a lot of artists that are emulating Sexy Red in the way that they're performing, and that kind of vernacular and style is becoming more and more popular. So when I look for stuff, I look for what does Sexy Red have out, stuff similar to that, and then what else might hit. So it's like part of a DJ's job is to go, okay, one for you, one for me.
I like it.
And so,
absolutely.
But the one for me is, what do I think you're gonna like?
Yeah.
You may or may not have heard. And so like
When people go up to you and be like, yo, what was that?
Yeah.
What song was that? Yeah.
That's the good shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you know you're like showing them stuff they haven't heard that they're really liking, that's like euphoria for a DJ.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope.
When you do these shows that have like multiple DJs in the club, what's the like transition like between you guys?
So there's a couple of different versions of that. So like the one I do with Marco Biotics is called a B2B, or like a back-to-back.
Okay.
We trade off about every 30 minutes.
Gotcha.
And that's a more elongated B2B. Sometimes I play a show in Oklahoma City at an after-hours club called Flux, and the first hour is the 3 DJs that are featured that night go B2B. And so they play 2 songs, 2 songs, 2 songs, 2 songs.
Oh, they're getting it in.
2 songs.
Yeah.
And
like
so
that.
those transitions, I have to go, okay, let's say the 3 of us are B2Bing. You're playing song 1, you're playing song 2. You then have to transition out of his song into your song.
That's crazy.
And then make one transition.
Correct.
And then it's my job to transition out of your song. And so that's what a B2B is. But when Marco and I play, I get to play for 30 minutes and then we transition.
Yeah, it's like more set, I guess.
We communicate a
later.
transition where, okay, I'm at 125 BPM, so is he. He's going to bring up his sound the same time I'm bringing mine down.
So
and then he goes for 30 minutes and then we repeat.
So when a B2B, if we're doing 2, 2, and 2,
Yeah.
you don't know my.
Not a clue.
I think that's dope.
Yeah.
I think that's super cool.
It's super cool.
Yeah.
You really have to be on your toes the whole. You can't slack. You got to be on your toes the whole time.
If you get beef with a DJ, that's like one of the most terrifying things when you're joining them in a B2B.
Explain that.
Yeah, well,
Explain
there are certain things that just don't work really well. So drum and bass is 86 to 175 BPM.
Okay.
Right? That's around where it's typically at. If you try to make a BPM jump more than 10 BPM, it's going to sound a little bit
off.
So if I have a song that's 135 BPM and I want to drop down to 125, that's about the limit. That 10 BPM difference is about the limit where you can comfortably make a transition.
Okay.
Anything more than that, you have to be pretty skilled in the craft to do that seamlessly and have the audience not catch it.
So you said you're how old right now?
I'm 24.
How long have you been doing this?
A year and a half.
That's beast.
Yeah.
That's beast mode, bro.
Yeah, it'll
straight
be
up.
2 years in August.
Do you do this and do you have another job?
No.
You do this full time?
Yeah.
At your age?
Yeah.
That's amazing, bro.
Yeah,
in Wichita, Kansas.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you travel, but still, that's dope.
I do still own and operate djsunshine Entertainment, and that is karaoke. So I
you have
do
people under you for that?
Yeah, so I have two really awesome employees that do the job for me.
Sweet.
And I supply the equipment and the licensed music, and
okay.
so like tonight, Tuesdays, I have a wonderful host named LD, and she goes to Rhonda's place off of Harry and Hillside.
Never even heard of
It
it.
used to be the store.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Rhonda Irvin bought it.
Rhonda's place. Okay.
Yeah. It's an awesome little bar. It's very cool. But I go there around 7:30. I go set up the equipment, get everything square for LD.
Mm-hmm.
She shows up at 8:15, starts at 8:30, goes till 1. And
Wow.
because I supplied the equipment, I take a cut.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
For sure.
And we do Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays.
Are you booked every single day?
No.
5 days a week?
It depends. So like this week, I play this Friday, and then that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
How often do you go out of town?
Right now, once or twice a month.
When are you going to open your own club?
That's
Come on, man. It's coming. It has to.
it's in the works.
Yeah,
but
the way that you're telling me this, it's coming.
The goal is to get a place that is majority for the music and less so for the club. Like I don't
Like kind of what you were talking about at the hideout.
So the secret
I
the secret
understand.
show is a really awesome example because like my whole thing with music is I'm for the music. I'm a vessel to perform. And that's what I've always seen myself as is I'm not like the personal gain that I get out of performing is seeing other people having a good time.
Yeah, we keeping this dude around, bro. For sure.
And
That's
so
dope.
like to open a club is like it would be super dope, but like I want to make sure that the crowd that I bring in are people that are majority there for the music.
Yeah.
I love it, bro.
That's kind of the issue I'm having with the throwing shows right now is just finding people who give a fuck about the music to show up to like a local show.
Yeah.
Because, I promote local artists, so I would love to throw just like a day, like an entire day, like on a Saturday, start off and, start off with local bands and then go to this and then go to rappers and then go to this and just showcase all my favorite talent in the city. But I go to local shows a lot and I notice the attention span is horrible.
Terrible.
So I'm trying to figure out like, how do I do that and actually get people engaged the whole day, paying attention to the fucking music and not just sitting on their phone in the side of the club. I'm trying to figure out how to perfect the right show for that.
Yeah, how do you guys do it?
What's really tough is that every international artist was once a local DJ or once a local artist.
Yeah.
And it took support and skill and talent.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people in the music industry that are in it for the fame and the fortune and for the clout and for the ego of it.
Yeah.
They can be like, oh, I'm
The
just
flex.
I'm just a rapper, like
Yeah.
that's all I
Yeah.
do, or I'm just a DJ, that's all I do. The fact that it's my full-time job isn't the best thing. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I could stand to get another job.
Yeah,
I could
understand
be. I have enough time. I could be making more money. I could be doing more, and I don't for the sole reason of this is all I give a fuck about.
Yeah.
I love it. Dang, that's a great answer, bro. Great answer.
The problem is people that see it as a hobby and people that see it as something to do and something to up their, you know, game with like romance and
Yeah. I understand.
Yeah.
and or thinking that they're gonna, you know, if they put in a little bit of work, they're gonna get a bag. I've been doing
Come on,
this.
man. Say it louder for the people in the back.
Doing this shit for a year and a half, I can tell you that there are people in the industry that are still offering me shit entry level.
Absolutely.
And I'm obvious. I mean, I've only been in it for a year and a half. That's people in this game have way more skin than I do, and they're still getting entry level shit.
Yeah.
Because the people that see it as a hobby and the people that see it as something fun to do will take nothing. I know DJs that will DJ for fucking free.
Yeah.
And people like promoters and clubs, they see that and they go, oh, I'm getting a moderately decent job and having to pay pennies on the dollar versus paying a professional DJ what they charge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't feel like DJs in the city charge too much
No, not at
either.
all. Not at all.
Because I think I might have had this conversation with you. I was talking to a couple of DJs and they told me their price and I was like, man, that seems kind of low.
Yeah. I remember what you said, and I was just thinking about it. Like when you consider the club's open 4 or 5 hours, I was like, yeah, that's super reasonable.
and
But not only that, if we're in the club and
Yeah.
he leaves, what happens?
Yeah.
You know
So
what I'm saying?
does
Like,
everybody else.
that's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
for
So
sure.
like
You can't just throw on a jukebox and have the same thing get done.
Yeah.
exactly. So I was mind blown because I'm like, okay, if say the bar shuts down at a club, that club is probably still going at least
Yeah.
for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if the owner leaves, nobody cares.
No.
Right.
If the security leaves, nobody cares. If the DJ leaves, it's done.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, man, it was kind of surprising to me how much the quotes that I was hearing them get paid. I'm like, I don't feel like that was enough.
I have a crazy story for you.
I'm ready for you.
I'm
Come on.
gonna refer to this place as the bar,
Okay. Come on.
right? Because I can't really.
Yeah, we don't want
Yeah.
to say.
Yeah,
we
I don't
wanna
want to. I don't want to name names because I don't want any bad blood, and the situation has been resolved.
Okay.
I was working for this place called the Bar, and they hired me. They reached out to me, so I didn't reach out to them. I didn't bug them about it.
They want you.
They wanted me, and I said, okay, well, here's my pricing. And they were like, okay, well, we want you on Fridays and Saturdays,
The busiest days. Come on.
busiest days.
Okay.
And they were like, what's your price for that? And I was like, it's 150 for Fridays.
Yeah.
And it's 200 for Saturdays.
Bet.
Super reasonable. It's
Yeah.
actually,
Absolutely.
that's cheaper than the market value.
Correct.
And this was within the first 6-7 months of me being a DJ. So I was like, still getting my footing as a DJ, but I was good enough that I could be getting paid the market value and like still be worth it.
Absolutely.
But I was offering lower because I wanted to work as much as possible.
Smart.
Yeah.
I understand that.
They said, well, right now our Fridays are really slow and our Saturdays are moderately busy.
Yeah, that's why you need me.
And they go, are you okay with, for a little bit, paying a little bit less than what you're going for? And I said, how low are we talking?
Yeah, what are we talking?
And they were like, we'll give you $75 for Friday.
Ouch.
And we'll give you $150 for Saturday. So that's a $75 drop the first night and a $50 drop the second night. And I was like,
I'll still do it if I want to do it.
fuck it. I was like, as long as we understand that once I make your bar busy, you'll start paying me.
Yeah.
Smart. Absolutely. Gotta
I
put that in.
DJ'd there for 2.5 months. The owner fought me every step of the way every time I asked him, hey, we're busy right now. The people that are here are loving the music. There are more people dancing on the dance floor than there are people sitting. I'm doing my job.
Absolutely.
You're making money. how about you pay me what we had initially agreed on?
Yeah.
And he turns to me and he goes, I could do your job with a jukebox.
No, you can't, bro. You
And
can't.
I said, super sick. Deuces.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
Yeah. I was like, do it with a
I have
jukebox.
no
then.
value here.
Go ahead and
That's what you just
spend.
told
Go ahead
me.
and
I'm out.
spend $1,200 on a jukebox. Nobody's going to use because nobody's going to be in your fucking bar.
Yeah. I feel like part of the DJ thing is just like it's a social aspect too. Like it's not even it's kind of weird because you don't like talk. You're not necessarily like, I don't know. It's different. You're not performing to the crowd the same way like a rapper is, but part of it is a social aspect. You're performing up
100%.
there, so part of it is literally like
You got to get on the mic, say something a little bit.
yeah, but you know what I'm saying. It's like it's almost like it's
like-
more than just sitting there and hitting play on your phone. Like you're hearing the DJ's version of that shit. Like there's
Oh, I like
Sure.
that.
Well, like I
the
have,
way you put that.
I
It's
have
still like a
remixes,
social thing.
You know, like
Yeah.
I know that there are hit songs. Like I have remixes of "Day and Night" by Kid Cudi.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got a remix of "Bad and Bougie." I got a remix of Ice Spice's
Deli?
"Bitch You Think You the Shit."
Yeah,
Now
is
you
that-
just
yeah.
a fart or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, like that. I have
Like stuff that, when you say that, you,
like top 40, but I have remixes of it.
that's
so shit
you've done.
Yeah.
No, not that I've done.
Oh, okay,
shit
I got you.
Shit I've found.
Okay, cool, for
by
sure.
scouring the internet for hours.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. And then I find it, I pay for it, and then I perform it.
yeah.
He told you that?
Yeah.
That's
The-
wild.
to go off of that thing about it being a social aspect, I've seen gigs where the DJ is completely stone solid, just focusing on their technique and
Yeah.
not doing shit and not like looking at the crowd. They're just doing their thing.
Yeah.
And the crowd will be standing still.
Yeah, yeah.
I dance. I have a good time. I make it look like what I'm doing is
Yeah, you're the
easy.
hype man
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
night. That's what you are.
The party is based off of the DJ's attitude.
Absolutely.
If I'm having a
100%.
bad day, the club is going to have a bad day.
Yeah. I had that post.
Yeah.
I think about a month ago. I had a post that said, Wichita, do you guys care about the venue more or the DJ
Oh,
more?
yeah. I
remember I
remember that.
posted that.
Yeah.
And everybody was saying the DJ.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to know, because it was kind of the same thing that you just told me. I feel like a lot of venues weren't paying DJs anything.
Yeah.
So I'm like, do people care? Like if I'm like, hey, I have an event at Rock Island or Club Fever or Industry, do they care about that aspect? Or do they care like, hey, you're going to be there, we're going to go wherever he is? Because the conversations that I had with people will sit around. We're on the couch sitting around, right?
Yeah.
Oh, let's go to Club Industry.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, let's go. It was never, hey, let's go see so-and-so because they're DJing.
Yeah.
So I felt like that was a good question.
Yeah, it is, but there's a back and forth to be had with that. Like
I feel like because I'm not at all. I don't give a fuck about the clubs. I don't
Yeah.
got nothing to do with them.
All
I can't
good,
be
for sure.
blackballed. I'll say it. I feel like the whole fucking point in the club is the DJ, and when I step out to a club, I choose the club based on the DJ. Like I'll go out and I'll be
100%.
like, I'm gonna go to Rock Island tonight because I know they're gonna play some hip hop, and I'm a hip hop guy.
yeah.
If they weren't playing that shit, I wouldn't go there. I don't give a fuck about the building. That don't make
got you.
any
Absolutely.
difference to me at all.
There are like I have played shows at clubs that people don't feel comfortable going into.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not gonna name them. I already know
Yeah,
what you're talking
for
about.
sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I've played at places where, women don't feel safe going in there.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
I've
I've
played
heard that a
places-
lot here. That's crazy.
For real?
That's crazy. I hear that a ton, bro. It's wild.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
It's wild because as a dude, like I never thought about that shit in my life.
Yeah.
When I started talking to female, when we started going to shows and I started networking with like female rappers and shit, I started asking girls about shows. The amount of girls that would tell me they got drugged, like somebody slipped something into their drink, bro, it's like 6 or 7 girls I know that told me that, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I've never thought about
I've
that.
never even
Well,
When
thought
I've been in the
that.
club,
There's-
I've never
there's
picked up
the-
a drink and been
There's
like,
the problem of that, and then there's the problem of
Damn.
men just not leaving them alone.
Yeah,
and
that-
that's
for
another
sure.
real bad one. They'll be
Yeah.
on the dance floor, and a man will come up behind them and be like, "Hey, you want to dance?" And it's like, no, I'm trying to enjoy myself. Like,
yeah, yeah.
I'm not trying to get laid. I'm not trying to do any of this. Like, leave me alone.
Yeah, it's crazy. I never even thought about that shit until we started doing shows. The female perspective of being in a club is a whole different game.
Yeah.
Because we go in there where there's no thought. When you and I are in the club together, I'm never thinking about that shit, bro. You hand me a drink, I'm not even questioning it. I'm just like, hell yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a good night.
That's what's up. Absolutely.
I don't think about that shit at all.
So yeah, there have been places that I've had like one-off shows where
Yeah.
I personally don't do well because my crowd won't go.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah.
And like, you know, sometimes I do shows for the bag. And I'm like,
Absolutely, for
you know,
sure.
there have been places that I've played where I'm like, okay, they offered me a spot last minute. They offered me a bag and I don't super love this place. Not going to promote the hell out of it.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah.
I'm not going to scream and shout from the mountains, hey, come to this show, but I will perform and I will do the best I can.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I'll tell, so I have like a main crew of
Okay.
people that I love and care about very much. And I tell them about all my accomplishments, all my trials and tribulations and all my troubles. And it's my friend group. But it's a fairly decent size. And if you book me and I ask them, hey, would you guys mind, like, it'll mean a lot to me if you come, they will. And that's because they're good people and good friends and they want to support me and my art. And that'll be more than enough to pay for whatever they're paying me. Like what my friends will spend on drinks and entry fee and whatever, like that is essentially what you pay me and more.
What do you think is a good entry fee for what you do?
A good entry fee?
Yeah, like just like out to the club. Well, your own events, because you said you do your own events. What do you guys usually stand
So
around?
the last Secret show we charged $10.
For sure.
Just because we want it to be accessible.
Yeah.
Understood.
If we charge, I mean, we're non-professional. I mean, we're professional in the sense of we know what the fuck we're doing, but we don't have like the technology and the degrees to back up what we're doing.
I understand.
So we don't have a light show, and we don't have like festival grade speakers, but we do have nice enough speakers that are consumer grade, and we have a lot of sound activated lights that move to the sound.
That's dope.
And so, like, you know, we do that kind of stuff, and we show you a good time. We make sure that the music is being played properly, that the temperature in the room is good enough, that everybody's getting water and is being, you know, accompanied properly and shown the respect that they deserve for the $10. In exchange, you know, hey, make it worth our while. We're not charging anything other than this $10. We don't make anything other than the cover fee. We're not selling drinks. Like, all the snack bar money goes back to the
Goes back
hideout.
to them. Absolutely, it does.
So it's like, you know, if you want this kind of stuff to continue to happen, you have to pay what we have to charge. Otherwise, we wouldn't be charging more than that. You know, it's not like we're going to turn around and go, the next one's $35 because this one was really good.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I agree.
I don't mind a steady pace. If we keep up the momentum that we've been doing, I'm fine with doing $10 until we open a fucking club.
Yeah.
And then we'll see.
Yeah. Have you ever, obviously don't say names or anything, but have you ever performed at a club where, because like with us with hip hop shows, when we book a venue that comes with nothing, it's just a building.
Yeah.
Like we got to get the sound system, the lights, the this, the that. Have you ever booked a club that just had just shitty equipment? Mm-hmm. Because that's the worst. As a rapper, that's the worst. Yeah. When you pull up and the mic is just dog shit.
It's all fucking bent inwards.
Terrible. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
I'm laughing because it's true. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I've been to places where I've set up, tested the sound, said, taken everything down, brought in my own sound and set up my own sound.
For sure, yeah.
Absolutely.
The problem with that is that certain bar owners don't know sound.
Yeah.
I feel like, and I wanted to say that earlier when you talked about the skating rink.
The skating
Did they know? Didn't you say you worked at a skating rink? What did you say you used to work at?
Yeah.
Oh, I worked at a bowling alley.
Okay, so
yeah, and we brought our own sound for that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I think I talked to a DJ who he did a skating rink, and I felt like every skating rink that owns like sound, they really don't know what they're doing. They're always trying to find somebody, just be like, hey, take that over, whatever that is.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking probably bowling was the same way.
Yeah, so I mean, bowling. There was a bar in the bowling alley called Crummy's, and Crummy's had a large projector for like football games and shit.
That's new
because it was a Steelers bar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I would show up on a Friday and a Saturday, and I would set up a speaker on either side of the projector. I would set up a folding table, put a tablecloth over it, set up the karaoke shit, and connect to the speakers, and then connect to the projector. And so
That's legit.
the karaoke would be projected onto that screen. And it
Absolutely.
would come out those speakers. And there was this big ass room that people could stand in the middle of, and it was surrounded by tables. And like that place got popping.
Absolutely.
That place got crazy.
Yeah.
Like that's the one spot that I hosted karaoke at that makes me miss karaoke.
Wow. That's dope. That's dope, man.
What's some of your favorite shows you've done? Because you're, like I said, you're consistent with it. When I said I've been running an event page where I just post flyers. He's washes me on how many flyers this man is posting. It's crazy. There's so many shows.
All right, hold on. Go back
That's
to my
my
bad.
Sudoku.
I hit something.
There you go. Feel free.
Insanely consistent with it. That's
You make your own
tough.
flyers?
Yeah, mostly. For the secret show, Bloodsport makes them because he's a kick-ass graphic designer.
His
So,
name
like,
is Bloodsport?
Yeah, like the 80s action movie.
That's
Yeah.
dope.
So yeah, I make any of the flyers that are just me on the flyer.
Okay.
So like
You got some work, man.
yeah,
Absolutely.
like this one would be me. This is a graphic I made for Revolution. Yeah, we all over the place. This is one I made for XY.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be working, and some of these are more consistent.
Yeah.
And what was I talking about? Oh, some of my favorites. I opened for Vampa. She's a dubstep artist, a rhythm artist.
Is she here?
No,
Okay, I was like,
no,
who is that?
She's an international artist.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I opened for her at Wave, and that
Yeah.
was a competition for Dawn of the Dub.
Yes.
and-
Okay, I know what that is.
Did you do which stage in Wave? There's like two. They're
The inside
indoor
one.
and out.
I did
one.
the indoor.
Man, it's like a dream of mine. I want to do that outdoor stage so bad.
Yeah.
It's so big.
Yeah.
I want that shit so bad.
Yeah, I saw Fit for a King
Yeah.
at that outdoor stage, and I died in that mosh pit. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you said you did the indoor.
I did the indoor.
Okay.
Yeah.
I opened for Vampa, and all of the openers were competing for a spot at Dawn of the Dub.
Oh, that's dope.
That's
Okay.
at the Cotillion.
Yep.
That's like Wichita's largest dubstep show.
Absolutely.
Wichita's largest Halloween party
They do it once a year, right?
once a year.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like 2 Saturdays before Halloween, I think.
Gotcha.
And my first time playing it, I won.
Mm.
And I got to play Dawn of the Dub.
And that was crazy.
That shit was great.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. When you're doing those shows, do you have a video guy with you? Do you have a photographer with you?
Yeah, so
Who do you use?
I use Ethan Falk.
Okay. Yep.
He's just a good buddy of mine that,
yeah. I know the man.
knows how to work a damn camera.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But-
He just took photos of my Tribal Roots set recently.
Okay.
But yeah, he's kick-ass, and I stick with him.
Awesome.
Because as much as I would love to use my best friend Raymond, he's not. He wants to come and see the show.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all right,
Yeah.
bro.
And I'm like, I'm not gonna pester you to take photos of every show I do. Like I would rather somebody that prefers to do that does it.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And he helps me with the artistic stuff. So helping me create album covers and helping me film videos and just helping me with the creative juices.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You clearly a big lover of music. Are you tapped in with any local musicians?
Johnny Gamero.
All right, yeah.
Not a whole lot of not a whole lot of local music.
I'm learning more and more. It's insane how big our music scene is. I didn't realize it.
It is.
It's crazy.
Rich the Kid. TVMA.
Yeah. For sure.
Rudy Love Jr.
Yeah. All dope.
Those are all good people.
Yeah, for sure.
I was in a punk band for a hard rock punk band for like a year. And that helped me tap into the music industry here. But
What was that like? What did you play in the punk band?
I was the singer.
Okay, hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah. Being, doing karaoke and community theater and high school theater. Like,
Yeah.
I have a voice.
Did you do a lot of shows as that band?
We did quite a bit. We even did like a micro tour, like a weekend long tour.
Hell yeah.
And we went to Missouri and then Oklahoma and then back.
I really want to throw a show like that soon, a WichitaPromo show with some local bands, but
Yeah.
that's a different. It's a bag that I haven't done yet. So it's like,
I think it's something. The sooner you get the ball rolling, the
Yeah.
sooner you'll find
Maybe the three of us need to
I gotta
sit
plan
down
it
and
right.
figure that.
so the thing I learned about local bands
I think
is
that'd be dope.
like I said, as a rapper, I know rap. That's my bag. That's what I'm used to. I love all music, but that's what I do. So that's what I'm used to. And when we do our shows as a rapper, we walk in, you turn on the beat, and you fucking rap. That's it. It's pretty easy.
Yeah.
So when I went to like local rock shows, I started realizing like, oh shit, like in between they've got a setup for like 30 minutes. There's a dude sitting there mixing, like they're hitting the drum,
Yeah.
playing each chord. I was like, oh, this is like a process. So I learned, I was like, it's got to be planned like real smooth.
Making sure things are tuned and
Yeah.
in good enough shape to perform on are big deals. I've had when I performed with the band, there were a couple of shows I used a wireless microphone and that wireless microphone died.
Ah, yeah.
And then, you didn't even think to set up a wired mic, so you're left without a microphone.
Yeah.
So you grab the backing vocals microphone and you're like, well, fuck. Now we're without backing vocals.
Yeah. That's tough. What's I guess what would be some advice to anybody who's listening that wants to get into DJing? Because we got a lot of local artists that's doing. Yeah.
Just do it. If you love music, you should learn to DJ.
Yeah.
If you truly love music, you should learn to DJ.
This might be a stupid question because I don't know anything about DJing, but what do you use? Like, what's your setup?
I use the XDJ XZ.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So the
I don't know shit about that, but all right.
the industry standard is the CDJ 2000 Nexus.
Okay.
One generation below that is the CDJ 2000,
Yeah.
and they're sold as compact. They're one, a mixer, and then one, right? The XZ just combines that all into one compact board.
Okay. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
How long did you I don't know how expensive all that is, but I know the music industry is not fucking cheap.
It was $3,000
Okay. Yeah, I was about to say, how long did it take you to build up to get all that type of stuff?
months.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of work.
And everything that I've purchased for DJing
Yeah.
was bought with money by DJing.
That's fire. Yeah.
Everything down to the headphones.
Yeah.
Everything down to the licensing for the music. The subscription to the crate digging services.
Hell yeah.
And the case I bought for my controller and the controller itself and comfortable shoes. Like everything all the money I earn is through music.
Yeah. That's dope. What's the process like with you said you have to buy like the rights to the songs and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I own a subscription to BeatSource, Beatport, and BPM Supreme. BPM Supreme is a website that you buy a subscription to, and once you buy the subscription, you have access to their library. And that subscription pays for your rights to perform the music.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I was wondered about that. I'm working with a local DJ right now. Shout out New, and he's helping me put together like some local mixes of like it's mainly hip hop right now, but just mixes of like some local trap songs that would fit in this club setting, some local smoking songs, some local this, some local that. And I'm just trying to figure out like the best way to put that out right now. Cause it's other people's music.
Yeah.
So I don't ever want to like step on the local artists and shit. It's not monetized, anything like that.
Permission, say, hey, do you mind if I
Yeah.
send a mix? If they say yeah, that's contractual right there.
Yeah, for
then
sure.
You have the right.
I feel like, it's not monetized. So I feel like
Yeah.
it's just promotion.
Yeah.
Any artist should say yes to that. I definitely would.
As long as you credit them, so in the like caption,
Yeah.
list your track IDs.
Yeah, for sure.
Tell, this is this song by this artist
Yeah.
at this time. So if you make the transition from song A to song B, song A is at 00 and song B is at 235.
Yeah.
Just mark that down in the caption, and then you're good.
Yeah, for sure. When it comes to like your original music, first of all, what do you use to produce your own music?
I use Ableton.
Ableton, okay. See, I've never used Ableton. I've used damn near everything else.
It's a it's a beast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta check out Ableton.
I'm still so new at Ableton.
Yeah,
But I mean, once you learn the ins and outs of a DAW, you can kind of go between them and get a
right.
You know, it took me a little bit to get a feel for Ableton, but now I'm faster on Ableton than I am on anything else.
Yeah, for sure.
I started with a Studio One 5 artist.
Yeah. I think I've used all the major ones except Ableton, I think. I've seen a lot of videos and shit of Ableton, and it looks nice, but
I've seen everybody using FL Studio.
yeah, I feel like FL Studio is I didn't like it as much for recording like vocals, personally.
I think it's primarily beat making.
Yeah, I feel like when it comes to beat making, it definitely simplifies the hell out of it, at least like trap beats and stuff.
Yeah.
If you're just making like hip hop trap beats, you can crank out shit in 2 minutes on FL because you don't even have to like know music theory or anything at all.
You seen the videos of people speed running Crank That Soldier Boy?
Nah, I haven't.
Dude. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's crazy. FL is it's a cool, beautiful thing because it gives more people the opportunity to make music, and I guess whatever makes good music, cool. But the thing about FL that's kind of weird to me is you literally don't have to know shit about music. No. It'll pull up like the keyboard and it's highlighted, and you can literally just be like, just
try this here. Oh, this doesn't sound good.
Yeah, you don't have to know shit about music. You can just kind of type in random shit on the keyboard and it'll sound good. But
Ableton's an entirely other beast because it does not hold your hand.
Yeah, for sure.
Not at all. It's a fucking nightmare. The whole thing is gray.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I gotta check out Ableton.
Yeah,
but
it's not cheap, but
yeah,
it's worth it.
It's
definitely worth it for what you can do with it.
Yeah.
So when I first started producing, like actually taking production seriously, because prior to moving here, the extent of my making music was setting my phone recorder down and playing the guitar into it.
Yeah.
And then layering a vocal on top of it and just calling it good.
Yeah.
Which is a nightmare to think about. My guitar would be like kind of out of tune and I just wouldn't fucking I had no clue what I was doing.
Yeah.
But then right around when the COVID lockdown happened, I got like super broke. Like I was hosting karaoke right before the lockdown, and so all the bars and shit were shutting down. And then I had my car broken into, and all of my equipment was stolen, and my back windshield was shattered, and they took everything. And so it took every dime that I had, plus a GoFundMe to replace my window, replace my equipment, and then continue to pay rent because I was living on my own. And my last $200 I had in my bank account, I bought it was like an Amazon package, and it came with a microphone, headphones, and the software. Oh, and a audio box.
Yeah.
And I was like, if we're really doing this lockdown shit, I'm gonna learn how to produce music.
Yeah, I feel that.
And
I think that's really when I kind of started taking music seriously too.
Yeah. After the lockdown ended, I had an album done.
Yeah. There's no excuses.
No.
Couldn't do shit.
No.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a beautiful thing, music.
Yeah, absolutely.
The ability to express one's emotion and one's perspective through sound gathered in a way rhythmically and tonally, being able to convey an emotion without even saying a word is something just magical.
Yeah, for sure. It's crazy. Yeah. What would you first of all, where are you from? You say you moved here.
I'm from Arizona.
Okay. What would you say that gives you a nice little outside perspective as well? What would you say are some positives and negatives of the Wichita music scene? Music and club scene, I guess.
Some positives. I'll start with positives and then I'll dip in the negatives a bit. The positives is that I fully support everybody that has a passion for music and wants to create and wants to share their artistic visions with anybody on the outside.
Yeah.
Because anybody on the outside is anybody that walks into a venue. I've performed to more people I've never seen before in my entire life than I have to people I know.
Yeah, for sure.
Or I could even say by name. You
Yeah.
know, complete strangers have heard original music by me. And complete strangers have, I always say that like being an artist is like consistently showing your asshole to a bunch of people.
Yeah.
It's like you're showing your most vulnerable to people who don't know you, don't know your story, XYZ.
Yeah.
And I fully support every artist that does something like that. And I think that the Wichita art community, whether that's fucking painting or through music or through theater, like all of the artists in Wichita
Yeah.
are stellar in what they do.
Yeah, for sure.
I do think that there are people that ride the ego high.
Yes. Yeah.
I think that there's a lot of people that get a taste of success and decide that that is now the direction they're going to go in, where, they get like a thumbs up from somebody and then they turn around and they go, hey guys, this person gave me a thumbs up. And then that's all they talk about. And
Yeah.
That's what they turn their career into, is trying to get a thumbs up from that person from that point forward.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that the music community out here isn't willing to try.
Mm.
I feel like a lot of artists expect that success is going to fall in their lap.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And, even in Arizona, California, Colorado, Texas, anywhere you go, you're going to have to grind and you're going to have to fight for your right to be in the position that you're in, no matter where you are on the ladder.
Yeah.
Even if you're on the lowest part of the ladder, you have to fight fucking hard to stay there.
Yeah.
Just to stay there. And there are artists everywhere you go, Wichita included, that sit on the rung on that ladder and they expect not to be knocked down a peg.
Yeah.
Because they think that they're the shit.
Yeah.
Even me, I have a fucking ego. I'm vain as hell. And sometimes I feel like I'm untouchable, and I'm certainly not.
Right, yeah.
And it takes recognizing that, and recognizing that you have to continue to try. You have to constantly fight yourself and release things and perform and keep shit up and continue the grind, or else somebody's going to grind a little bit harder than you.
Yeah, for sure.
And that would be how I see the Wichita music industry is,
For sure.
is everybody's grinding, and then there's people that just stop. They just stop grinding.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure. Well put.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, with that being said, I don't think I really have any more questions. Just let the people know what you got coming up, because you got a lot.
Yeah, shit. I play Local Flavor February 10th.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great time. They hired me because they wanted to hear me. And so I cannot wait to show them myself. I got a new single coming out February 10th, the same day, Big Bass by djsunshine, all platforms. No matter what you use, you'll be able to find it.
Yeah.
I got so much coming down the pipeline. Follow me on every social. You can find me just by looking up DJ Sunshine.
Yeah. We'll definitely put everything in the description
Yeah,
too.
hell yeah. But it's been an honor. Thank you
Yeah,
for
man.
having me.
Appreciate you for coming on. You a good speaker. You need a podcast for real.
Oh gosh, another
sure.
thing. Yeah.
For sure. Well, yeah, I appreciate you coming on. It's been a good episode.
Yeah, of course.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
That's another episode. Yeah.